All right, so I want to react to this article posted by PFF. Actually, I think it was posted back on the 22nd of January. But I want to kind of react to this and see all the players that potentially could hit free agency. And obviously, a lot of these guys we're not going to be going after. And I don't really expect us to make that big of a play in free agency this year. I know last year we went with Orlando Brown, which was huge. We went with Irv Smith, which was big, and Nick Scott. I don't expect us to do the same thing this year. I really don't. Especially with us having to figure out the Chase contract, the T. Higgins contract, and all that. There's really not much money for us to just go out there and be like, yeah, willy-nilly, here's $60 million and let's get this guy. Like, it's not going to happen. Nonetheless, though, let's just take a look at who might be finding brand new teams. Keep in mind, a lot of these guys might go ahead and re-sign with their said teams as well. Number 1, Chris Jones. Yeah. Listen, I do ponder the idea sometimes of what if we had Chris Jones, right? What if we picked up Chris Jones? And it would be awesome, but the money that he's going to want would not be worth it in any way possible. He's going to want around 30 plus million a year, and even though he is only 30, 31 years old, and he has plenty of time to, continue being great, defensive linemen, they age like fine wine. The older they get, the better they get. I still am not going to sit here and white knight for him and say that we should pick him up and he'll be worth the money, especially with everyone else we have to re-sign and bring back. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the money, / we're just not going to put the money in that category, right? Would you rather have Chris Jones or potentially keep T. Higgins, get Jamar Chase locked down, and then maybe keep DJ Reader, right? It gets to a point where it's just not worth it in the end. It would be cool, though. It would be cool. All right, number 2, Kirko. Yeah, I don't think Kirko is going to be coming back to the Vikings in any way possible, especially once he hits free agent market. There's just so much money out there for him, and especially with the Vikings here, I know they had a bad season, but not a bad season is in the aspect that they're going to have a top 5 pick, which kind of sucks because we have a great quarterback class coming up. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings do go ahead and potentially trade up in this quarterback class, right? And they get somebody who's a superstar for them as quarterback for the foreseeable future. So I expect them to kind of move on from Kirko. Kirko is going to go somewhere, probably the Commanders, if I'm going to be honest. And ironically enough, he'll be back with the Commanders, where he actually started his career. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just gets paid a bag to go there. Number 3, edge rusher, Josh Allen. This is another guy I would love to pick up, but I believe Jacksonville will find a way to keep him. I couldn't see Jacksonville losing Josh Allen just because of the fact of how much he helps their defense. That elevates their defense. If he wasn't free agency, even if he was, right, we could not afford him. I mean, there would be so many teams knocking on his door, trying to pick him up, trying to get him. We couldn't even, in my opinion, come inside the top 10 when it comes to other teams that are going to be giving him the bag. Number 4 is T. Higgins. He'll be franchise tagged, so he's not going to hit free agency anyway. Number 5 is Brian Burns. This is a guy that, I feel like it's a possibility that, I'm not saying us, but there's a possibility that he doesn't command the most money possible. And no, we're not going to get him, okay? I like to just keep my mind open to the potential, but he is a really good edge rusher. Number 6 is Justin. The Ravens are going to have to keep this guy. If they lose Justin, they're going to be in a really bad nightmare on Elm Street, and they're not going to want to deal with that nightmare at all. Christian Watkins, Miami Dolphins. Wilkins. Christian Wilkins. Yeah. 8 is Antonio Winfield Jr. Imagine having him. Imagine having him on our defensive secondary. I mean, we lost Jesse Bates, but Winfield would be a nice addition, especially because he's a veteran. Jalen Johnson, Chicago Bears. L'Jarius Sneed, Kansas City Chiefs. That would be interesting with Jamar Chase because they had a big beef. Michael Pittman. This is a guy that there are some we've got NFL sources who are linking him to us if we lost T. Higgins. And again, like I said, I just don't expect us to lose T. Higgins. But even if we lost Tyler Boyd, there's still some people saying this. I think the Colts are going to have to keep him, especially with having Anthony Richardson, a young quarterback. You need to keep your number one wide receiver. Danielle Hunter, Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. He wants $27 to $30 million, and he's 31 years old. Good luck. Tyron Smith, left tackle. Kendall Fuller, Commanders. This is a guy, I know somebody commented down below and said, what if we went ahead and got him? And I would love to get Kendall Fuller. I really would. It really comes down to the price tag, man. It's a price tag, some money. Just sometimes the money's not going to work it. Leonard Williams, Seattle Seahawks. He used to play for the Jets, actually. Marquise Brown, Arizona Cardinals. This list is bad, then. If he's number 17, don't get me wrong, Hollywood is not, like, the worst receiver, but I don't think he should be inside the top 20 for free agents. Bryce Huff, okay, maybe he is. You're telling me DJ Reader is a worse free agent than Hollywood? Get out of here, man. DJ Reader's an amazing free agent. Hopefully you bring him back, though. Kyle Duggar. Cameron Curl. I would love Cameron Curl. He's another really good safety. Trent Brown. He's a really good right tackle. Man, I would not mind a free agent right tackle. Just like a veteran to bring in as, if anything, a rotational piece with a rookie. To teach a rookie. And Kevin Dotson. Calvin Ridley. Mike. We have Cheeto. Yeah, I mean, he'll probably be going. Robert Hunt. Chase Young. This is an interesting one, especially with the fact that they're thinking about benching him for the Super Bowl because of the fact that, you know, he has tendencies of playing on and off, again, on certain plays. He is going to be interesting because he has the potential to be the best edge rusher in the NFL. If he can stay healthy, he's one of the best, and he's young. But the problem is, the tendencies of playing on and off again on certain plays is going to be a problem. Saquon Barkley, he's going to get a bag. Derrick Henry, he'll get a bag as well. Kevin Zeitler, this is another guy that could be probably going to be leaving Baltimore. I'm not interested in bringing him back. Stephon Gilmore, old. Luvu, Steven Nelson, Dalton Schultz. I don't know why he's on free agency, because he's going to be a Cincinnati Bengal, so I don't know why they put him on free agency list. Connor Williams, Jonathan Greenyard, Levante David, Clowney, Kenny Moore, Zarius Smith. I wouldn't mind bringing in Zarius Smith to Cincinnati. Xavier McKinney, especially because he went from the Ravens to the Packers to the Vikings to the Browns. Actually, no, Zarius Smith. No, I would not want him at all. No, mind. He has mental problems, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with having mental problems. But like when he was with Baltimore, he left Baltimore, went to Green Bay. Then he went missing halfway through with Green Bay. Just went missing randomly. Did not play the games he was supposed to play. Then came back, got traded to the Vikings. Then went on vacation. Well, not vacation, but he went on missing on the Viking squad during the season. And then said he was released when the coach was like, no, you're not released. He was like, oh, no, I got released. I'm released now. So he's mentally not there. Patrick Queen, Hunter Henry, Becton. We have Josh Urschel, Leonard Floyd. Okay. Now we're talking about really older players. Geno Smith, really good for the Ravens. Noah Fant, I love him. Jonah Williams. Tony Pollard. How is Tony Pollard number 55, though? That's really weird. I feel like Tony Pollard, ranking-wise, would be a lot higher than 55. There's some really big talks about potentially us getting Tony Pollard. Austin Eckler, I'd love to get him. Bobby Wagner, Andrew Van Ginkel, Donnell Mooney. That's another guy that we could get, Jermaine. This is actually a guy who said he would like to play for a team that could beat the Chiefs. So, Sheldon Rankins, Gabriel Davis, Danico Autry, Dalton Reisner. This is a guy that last year I talked about potentially us picking up as a rotational piece. I still wouldn't mind doing that even a year later. I wouldn't mind it. Cleveland, I wouldn't mind Cleveland as well. He played for the Vikings. Mainly his career was with the Vikings, and then he went to Jacksonville. He's actually a pretty good guard. Tanny, we have OBJ, Aziz Al-Shahir. We have Tart, Fletcher Cox, Devin White, Tyler Boyd. He's number 74. The disrespect, man. Baker Mayfield, Curtis Samuel, Aaron Brewer, Josie Jewell, Jordan Fuller. We have Blake Cashman, okay. Drew Tranquill, Adoree Jackson, Gerard Everett, Damian Lewis, Dorrance Armstrong, Jordan Whitehead, and a lot of these guys here are just guys we wouldn't even think about picking up anyway. Calais Campbell, like he's like 70 years old. Brandon Graham, Daquan Jones, Gardner Minshew, John Runyon, Tyler, Jonah Jackson. Yeah. Ooh, that would be interesting. Jordan Hicks, Cole Sheltman. And the good thing is, with all these free agents, right, because there's a lot of good potential free agents available, we could easily pick up DeAndre Swift. I would love to pick up. We could pick up one of these guys and just have them as, like, you know, we'll give them pretty much the league minimum. Not, like, within the top 100 guys here, but, like, as you go down this list here, pick up someone as just, like, a, you know, a guy, 1-year proof deal and see what he can do for us. And we could do that, especially the fact that we have a chance to go win a Super Bowl, and that is very valuable to a lot of different players. But as we go down this list here, man, there's a lot of freaking names. I mean, like, A.J. Dillon, I would love to pick him up. I think he'd be a really solid RB3 for us. As just, like, you know, a short yardage situation type of guy. I would not mind it at all. KJ Osborne, he's decent. Noah Brown, we talked about before. I mean, there's a lot of options available, guys. So, when it comes to this free agent class, it's not the greatest when it comes to tight end, like depth tight end for the free agency class, but there's a lot of other positions. We could really start to rebuild this team a tad bit and fix a lot of problems. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.